Hello and welcome to Encore. Coming up in today's music show, Rihanna surfs a wave of publicity as her long-awaited album's unleashed on the Tidal streaming service. 5 decades in the business and still rocking, Elton John's new record, Wonderful Crazy Night, marks his 32nd studio release. And we're joined in the studio by members of Lola Marsh as the group give us a taste of their new EP, You're Mine. Well, I'm joined in the studio by Mark Thompson, our music critic. Hello, Mark.
Hi, Olivia.
And of course, members of Lola Marsh, Yael and Gil.
Hello, hello.
Now let's start with your new album, You're Mine. It's your first studio release. Were you a bit nervous about this new record?
Of course.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. Yeah.
And how long did it take to come together?
It took a couple of months.
Even more.
Yeah, it took time, but we took it easy.
Yeah. we wrote the songs like slowly to combine something that felt for us like
Right.
Yeah, right and connected.
Yeah.
And
We hope you like it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, let's have a look indeed at a clip from that album. This is the title track, You're Mine.
Yeah.
Sunday morning, I wake up, you're beside me, breathing so loud. The wall is empty and so flat, the world around me is too large. And I know love slow in the morning.
Now, that's a very cinematic video clip there. It looks something like a Western. How was the experience of making a music video?
It was really fun. Yeah, we shot it in the near the Dead Sea in Israel, and we brought a brilliant director from France, actually, Colin Solar-Cardon, and it was a fun day. We had fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was strange, but it was fun.
You two have known each other for a little while now. Did you always plan on making a band together?
We
Yeah.
just met and
We met and then we like set the band because
yeah, but it took us time because we started as a duo, only
Yeah.
him and me, and now we are 5 on the band. And yeah, but I think immediately we knew.
yeah,
when
it felt good. It felt good
good.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
Now, Yale, you had a bit of time in the spotlight before you did appear on Israel's version of The Voice. Is that something an
Indeed.
experience you enjoyed? Would you do that again?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, it was a good experience. Yeah, well, maybe I would do it again, but no, it was fun. Yeah, I would do it again.
And I know that you've also sung in different languages in the past. You sing in English quite often, and you've also sung Edith Piaf's La Vie en Rose in French, so you've obviously got a talent for languages. How tricky is that, adopting new languages?
It was tricky to sing in French, actually. I have a French aunt, and she helped me with this. But yeah, but it was a good experience, challenging.
Now, Gil, when you're writing songs, you seem very influenced by movies in general, so Wes Anderson and the sort of westerns. Do you think that's what you're going to go towards in the future? Do you want to score a film?
I think we both like it, love it very much, and maybe I mean, why not?
Let's hope so.
I think it's very
Did
interesting.
you hear
know?
us, Wes?
Hey Wes, Lola Marsh.
And what about influences? Obviously, there's a folk element, and there's a lot of singer-songwriter kind of tradition there in your work. Who would you say your major influences are?
We have lots of. I love Elvis, for example.
Yeah, I mean it's very diverse, I think, and wide influences.
Simon and Garfunkel, I would say.
I think that sometimes like the Yaeli is taking the more popish side, and sometimes I'm taking the more popish side. It's like very dynamic between us. So something interesting like between us.
And sometimes we get inspired not only from the music, books.
And films like
movies.
it's like
Well, I think this is a very promising record. There's only a few songs on it, but it's
Wow,
it's a sign of things to come. Can we expect a longer album in the next few months, or
Definitely.
That's the plan.
Okay, well, so that's a big new release from you guys, and we're continuing with new releases. Rihanna has a new record out after a very, very long wait. Are you guys Rihanna fans? Heard any of this new music?
Actually, now we will like walk through this shop,
Yeah.
and there was a song played, and I
only with the piano or something.
Yeah, I asked Ellie, who is she?
And I did Shazam, and it was like,
Right, Rihanna.
It's Rihanna. It was an amazing song, yeah.
So surprising. There's a few surprises
not?
from Rihanna there. Well, Mark, it certainly feels like this record has been a very long time coming. We've been talking about it for 3 years without seeing or hearing anything from it. Is Anti worth the wait?
The short answer is not really. And it's sad to say that, but this was. The reason for that was this build-up. It's been coming for a few years now, and this was supposed to be her Beyonce moment, the one where she stopped being this pop artist and she started becoming a really professional, serious artist that we took seriously for a lot of reasons, not just her big pop singles. And so when you have an album like that, it either has to be full of these great big pop numbers like, say, Taylor Swift had, or it has to be really interesting like Beyonce had. And we don't really have either. We have a couple of singles that might work, like Work, that's the first release with Drake. But the more interesting ones, for example, she covered Tame Impala, and it was a song that only just came out last year, but her take on it is just to sing over the original. And it just doesn't seem that that's right to fit on supposedly one of the biggest albums of the year. Now she's worked with Drake, obviously, on Work, one of the biggest rappers, and so you think, well, that's usual, that's what you'd expect of an album of this kind, but even that, it doesn't feel like a blockbuster song. Let's have a listen to Work.
Work, 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 work. You see me heavy work, 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 work. You see me do me dirt, 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 dirt. There's something about that work, 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 work. When you walk a line, 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 line. I'm in the cafe, my ta, 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 ta. Drive me.
Now, like you mentioned, that track with a big rapper, Drake, there wasn't even an official music video for that originally, which suggests the whole thing was a bit disorganised for such a big star.
Well, they filmed one earlier this month, but it's not going to come out for a little while. And as I say, if you compare it to the really big albums that she's going up against, so Beyonce, like Taylor Swift, like Adele, everything was done to the minute detail. Everything was planned and everything looked structured. But she missed her original release date in 2013, then again in 2014, then again in 2015. Finally it came out, but not because she wanted it to, but because someone at Tidal accidentally put it online too early, and someone else bought it before they could take it off. So it just seems a bit of a mess, yeah.
The famous leaking on the internet
Yes, of course.
catastrophe that people seem to... Elton John, can you believe it? 32nd album for Sir Elton. Have we got anything new from him?
Well, he is someone who is very open to new ideas. I mean, he's been working with Lady Gaga a lot recently, writing songs with her. He also takes over on Beats Radio on Apple and has been playing a lot of really interesting music you wouldn't really associate with Elton John, like electro artists like Grimes and Hudson Mohawk. And these are very young, interesting artists doing interesting things.
Yeah, so he's down with the youth. But, he has got this long-established songwriting partnership with Bernie Taupin.
Exactly.
He's been doing that for about 50 years. And what about you two? You have this partnership, maybe not 50 years old in your case.
Not
But
yet.
how do you share the songwriting together?
It's like magic sometimes. No, really, really.
Yeah.
I start something, he brings something of his own. Yeah, really.
It's so different from song to song, Sometimes the lyrics first, or the
melody
first.
yeah.
Sometimes it's when I ride my bike and I have like the melody, and sometimes.
Yeah.
I
But it's always like really together.
Yeah.
Whereas these two do it very separately, and Bernie's lyrics are very separate, and he sends them, and Elton just turns them into these elaborate things. But the problem is this album doesn't have a tiny dancer or a your song, something that really grabs your attention and goes, wow. And I think that's what is kind of lacking, is Bernie's side of it, really.
Oh, Right, okay. Well, we're moving back to France now. Electro music is a major ambassador for the French scene at the moment, in recent years. In fact, do you guys listen to a lot of French music?
We are starting now.
Yeah, we're learning.
If you have suggestions.
Well, the next one perhaps is one to try. BREAKBOT, he's got a new release, not deviating from a winning formula. Mark, what did you make of the record?
Well, part of this big French scene is Ed Banger Records, which is based here in Paris with Busy P, and BREAKBOT is part of that. And this is very much a BREAKBOT, Thibaut Berlin record. It's very poppy, it's very funky, and he says it was inspired by 70s artists and by Michael Jackson, Curtis Mayfield, Prince, and that really comes through. But the real treat here is at the end of the video for this single, you see a cross come down, which a lot of people are indicating a new Justice album is going to come out, which we are expecting, but I think that's what people are more excited about than necessarily BREAKBOT itself.
Okay, well, fans of Justice will be very happy then. Well, that's all we've got time for in this show. Remember, you can catch up on more culture news on our website. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. We'll leave you now with Lola Marsh playing us out with their song, Sirens. Take it away.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
1, 2, 3.
Sentimental without any story. Your pages are full. Your age is a lie. Tall and funny, so your daydream it over. Portray the land, behold your crown. Hear the sirens calling, old and merry tune, while the sailors falling. Last chance dries.